So I guess you guys were looking for a short bus to that Mark lesson. Listen, this could be it. This could be your short bus to it. That was a really, really super long lesson, but it actually kind of duplicates itself. If I was to take that out of, I think it's the other one is Luke. The same kind of stories. They've got a couple other little parables instead in that area, but they're still just talking about our skin, and the idea of trying to get under the skin is it sounds like you're trying to get the itch or something like that, but basically it's when with the way these codes and all these stories work out, the skin is our sacrifice, and they become this particular part of the Bible that becomes our sacrifice. In the Old Testament, we wind up going. One of the guys' names that when I took all their names and changed them into what their names mean, there was a wonderful story that came about, and one of them was about putting some dough in your mouth before they send you up to cook you. And of course, right now in 5. This idea when you're talking about your skin, that that at the end, when the little girl is saved, she is gone through. She's been wakened. She rose up right away and started serving them and what have you. He suggested that she go and get something to eat, because that's what happens after the 7th chakra. It's time to eat. In fact, that's really kind of what 6 is, because when you look into the window of this little room, those people, they called them the thieves in a couple of these stories that when it comes down to this code showing up in the inside of some of our nursery rhymes, and fairy tales and legends, that we would find that this, this idea of looking into this room and seeing these thieves with eating this giant banquet, and you're going to run the thieves off, which is the old mind, and you're going to eat what they get, you're going to take and consume what they were doing, and then you're going to take over the space, Remember, this is then you're in your right mind. And that's what was in the story too. You found that Jesus would have this guy, Legion, for we are many. It's a name for a demon, and the idea that there are a whole mess of them. It's just like whenever we finally gain control over ourselves, we're now in charge of a multitude. We have a whole kingdom now of our own control. So, it's this exaggerated idea that, not everyone in this world out here can have their own kingdom. In the real world, someone's got to be something else. So, you have to understand that these stories are exaggerated in such a way, and they use terminology that won't change through time. But, here we have a religion that's actually forcing people to read this religion a certain way, this Bible, and it goes for the same way with all of the religions. There was whoever this this dark force is that everyone, that hidden area, those people that are manipulating the world scenes behind the scenes, are pretty much saying that this is the direction you have to go with this. You have to, and of course our Bible tells us that if you minister by the letter, then the letter kills. And so, I've been going around, I call this trying to save people's lives, trying to save the world, try to bring a little light into this place of ours, and bring some intelligence back into this Bible. Hell's bells, Someone was telling me, it doesn't sound like you have the love of Jesus in you. And I said, do you really know what Jesus would say to people that are half-minded? Do you understand what he would say to you? Especially when if you continue to want to be this left-minded thing, he says, I got no time for you. I have absolutely no time. And heaven and all of those things are safe from you, even that they're right there, right in front of you. They just will not open up. And that's the coolness of this story. And I don't know why they get so mad at me for telling the story, but it's the idea that all those things that they were looking for, their rapture, their judgment day, the end of times, it happens all at one time. When you go inside yourself and reconnect up to the Lord. Reconnect means that when we were born as a child, we came into a delta frequency. We were all in our bodies as a child and kids and all this running around, growing up, going to school. We had big eyes and big ears. We were just one big antenna. And then one day when we was growing up, everything flipped over into beta. And now you can't get to delta unless you use this way. And the reason why this way has been so important through the years, and they called it the law, is because it brings a balance not only to your body and to your mind, but to the world around us. We have a direct effect on everything that goes around here, and this is the information that I pull out from the Bible. I don't make anything up. I didn't even make up this system. I discovered this number system that's going on. I knew the number system, how it works when it comes down to how many people was this, and adding up the number of the children of light and getting the constant speed of light. I understand how to add those things up, but then to find that all the chapters work under this number system and that all of the individual sequences of scripture is also based on this number system. And my next thing is going to be going through the text itself. I bet the number system is working in there as well. It's just, that's how cool this is. And I didn't make this up. I, with my dyslexia, just can see it, So I don't give a damn. I have people, friends of mine, I'd rather you be like an artist, And I said, well, I kind of feel like all these years that I've been looking for the truth, I have always had God and this Jesus crap and religion always on me. Always. But, I played that down to all my friends. They don't want to hear all that crap. What's the queer doing going on and doing all this stuff, Well, listen, I put in a lot of time. I put in a lot of time to be who I am. And my mom, dad, and all these people, teachers, and all these people that I've met in my life have left me alone to do my own thing. And not on purpose, it's because I learned that. So I got did what my pa did, wrong. Do what my mom did, wrong. Do what my uncles tell me to do, wrong. Do what my teachers told me to do, wrong. I'm finding wrong, everywhere. I've been doing my own living for a whole goddamn long time. And I've hardly hurt anyone in the process, I may have thrown a few mental blocks on people that just totally flipped them out, I don't know, they go and kill themselves or something like that. But that's the kind of, I've been disguised that will tell the truth and will bring it all out, I don't have tons of people around me, all my friends, none of them telling me what to do. They tell me how to live my life, This is me. I'm over 50-something years old. I made myself who I am. I've lived alone. I've lived on boats. I have my own goddamn mind. Do you understand? And I just happen to understand how to read this Bible now, and I see so clearly that this is the deception that everyone's looking for. This is the beast system that everyone's looking for. And I happen to understand and now see the truth right through it. I can see right through the veil, right through the parable. And that's some pretty cool shit, Rather be an artist? Well, maybe it would be rather be an artist. I can't keep all this stuff up, Oh, no one's going to like this idea. Well, I don't give a damn. I've already lived my life. I already have. And this is giving my life. I died for this thing. Something happened to me a few months ago, and it's just, I don't give a damn. I don't need to be talking to people with some kid gloves on. I can cuss if I want to. People want to take my shit and make money off of it. If it's got some cuss words in it, perhaps they won't, You can't go and take the God's truth and make money off of it, They're certainly not promoting me. Look at me. I only got 10 people. My friends, if someone want to be embarrassed about me, and some motherfuckers, I don't give a damn. I just can't believe how someone else can be embarrassed for someone else. I don't give a damn. Stay out of my life then, But the idea is that I'm doing teaching. If you don't like this, then go someplace else, I know a whole lot about this Bible. I know a whole lot about religion and religions and the religious. All right? I'm not going to sit up here and I'm not going to talk to you or anyone about politics, this outside world. I don't give a damn about it. You understand? That's because I know the Bible and I know that this outside world, I don't give a fuck about it, And we all know that, one of my friends just gave me a hell of a time because I'm neutral, between, I don't have anything to say about people that are racist. I have a lot of things to say about people that are racist, and I have a lot of things to say. I'm just not going to say them. I'm just not going to say them. What will it do to burp this out of my mouth? You'll be happy to know that, I have feelings. Listen, I grew up. I put racism on like clothing. I didn't even know what racism was, I went to high school that was the Dixie Hollins High School. Did I have any choice in it? Fuck no, I didn't, So I have a racist upbringing. Did I have any say-so in it? Tell me I can just get up and leave when I'm 5, 6, 7, 8, 12 years old, 14? And get out of that kind of hell? No, you just grow up and get out of it. You recognize it. You see how it tears people apart. And here you go, someone's going to start talking to you about racism and, I don't want to talk about it. It's just, do I know something about that? Who doesn't? You just want to hear my word of it, I think it's all terrible. But you go over and listen to my little story here about the slave parts of the text of the Bible. How they treated, really, because they took their information straight from the Bible, but by the letter, which kills, and treated slavery. I almost cried telling that. Oh yeah. It's racist. It's racist. Well, listen. I've come a long way. And you just make me laugh, I'd rather you call me like an anti-Semite, someone that doesn't like Jews. But, it's really the idea that, they ain't anything. They're not the chosen one. There's nothing about them that I care about. There's absolutely nothing about their religion that they're following that's right. I can just look at it, I can feel sorry for them. That doesn't mean I don't like them. But for them to push their beliefs on me, just like Islam's getting ready to do, the fake group, the one that I could tell because of the number system that doesn't show up in their group, but I could tell you that those motherfuckers are the fake ones, Everybody wants to know the truth, Oh yeah, look, I get 20 people reading and watching what I'm doing. Shit. Yeah. Well, I wouldn't worry about me. The word is not getting out, But I'll tell you this, that, anyone can see these things. I can't make it up. Once you start reading that Bible, find out those numbers. I just tell you those numbers. You go and do it your own goddamn selves, So easy it is. I'm not the guy with the key, Well, once you find it, boom, you're on your own. Damn shit, fire, dudes. But anyways. I'm not out here to win no goddamn prize. I ain't the prettiest thing on these things, these airwaves, It's my information that I share with you, which is important. And my ability to be a leader in the community has already been spoken for. I've already done all of that, and still can, and still am. I have a lot to say, and I know a lot of things. But I'm only going to work on those things that I'm a specialist at, So right now it's like being an artist, and a painter and a builder, and, conceptions and stuff like that, I hardly can augment my career with the guitar, but I certainly do know our Bible inside and out. And I know a lot about religion. All of it. Just about. A good lot of it. I spent a lot of time doing it. So, so you'd rather me be an artist. You want to, well, it'd be better have been, hey, would better have been some kind of like, I don't know, someone that became rich, someone like a doctor or something like that. But, it just wasn't afforded me. I've lived my life all alone, and I'm still going to continue it on. And I'll share it with you as I wish, I'm not under any kind of, there's no push, there's no agenda from outside for me to do this. But just that, that somebody is out there at least telling something that has more truth in it than not, And that should be refreshing to people. That should be refreshing to your soul. That's how it works out in the science here. A little bit of truth. Never really hurt anything, And what we are supposed to have learned out of the Bible, most of this, is that you're supposed to learn to disconnect from that outside world. You don't let that outside world of ours dictate what goes on in the inside of your mind, And, I know it's hard, they're going to drag you in anyways. This is to show you how these stories work. It's in the Bible already that, this idea of having some plague where, you just can't get it, your blood, this woman with the blood problem, it's just that her spirit, she had a problem with her spirit, there was a plague, and she wanted to be clean, and all she did was touch his garment, the hem of his garment. You'll feel that the hem of his garment, because remember, we really don't have any clothes when we come over into this one place. But this idea of just touching your hem, that's that idea that you're faint. There's nothing there. It's what seems the skin to the soul itself. All right, and so it's like a hidden seam of some kind that even when we do it, though we walk through the shadow or the valley of the shadow of death, this is it. I will not fear anything. This is a very positive way. It's a very positive situation, and it's just been treated like hell for so many centuries that perhaps that's another thing. I should just follow with everyone else, just go with the flow. Well, somehow or another, I was meant to find this, and I can remember saying to myself when I was just a little kid that there's got to be an easier way to tell about this Lord, because I noticed then how many different books and how many different ways, but then only one is the right way, only one. And so, I found it. I found the only one I have. It doesn't mean I found everything, because it just opened up this nice treasure, beautiful treasure, all right? But what I've learned and what I teach, spiritual side of our Bible, and it also brings you up to where the treasure is. Show you how to do it. All right. But anyways, I thank you very much for listening. Those people that do make it this far into these lessons, again, all I hear about is that you only make about 4 or 5 feet or 4 or 5 minutes in, and then it's gone. But just if you put these on really fast, you get over with it quick. But then again, this is only for those people that want to know. And you can see that there's not very many people that want to know. So our secret is safe. Jesus' secret is still safe under that veil. All right? While religion still goes about killing him and his teachings to this very day. Yes, sir. Scaring heaven right out of the people that they are supposed to be protecting. It's amazing. I love you guys. Take care.